Hey guys, here's my remake of Electric Bologna. Firstly, you're going to want to start with a 1.5 mount and do a Jason Lee style figure 8. If you don't know how to do that, here's a quick overview. You're just going to curl your fingers in, so you're in this interesting looking mount. Swing it in between your arms once, flip your pointer finger out, do another swing, and then flip your finger out again, and you'll be back in a 1.5 mount. After you do so, you're going to want to do something similar. It's a pseudo figure 8 in a sense, I guess. It looks like this. Okay, the way you're going to want to do that is to curl your finger here to hold the entire 1.5 formation, flip it, turn, flip it, and you should be back like this. The main thing you want to do differently than what I just showed you is you want to have the 1.5, turn it. You want to grab the underneath like this, like turn your hand outward and then do that. That way you'll end up in this formation, so you can flip it one more time. So you'll have a once over 1.5 mount, and that's what you need. Alright, after the once over 1.5 mount, you're gonna have a beginning that looks nice and flourishy, like so. You're gonna want to flip it off, flip it over like a Buddha's Revenge, flip it back, again like a Buddha's Revenge, but you're going to want to double on over here onto this string, underpass the yo-yo in this direction, and double on. Now you'll be in a sort of Mach 5 kind of mount. Flip it back off, back in on 1.5. From the 1.5 after the Mach thing, you're going to want to place your thumb here on the string and pop it down and quickly pull back and make sure it slides, similar to this. So it's like a really elongated throw hand Eli hop that's going down. After you get the Eli hop, you're going to want to flip it off and then pop it up into a brother mount. You're going to want to keep your thumb here because it's going to be, this part is rather difficult and I can still barely hit it every time. You would want to pop it up, I guess like an Eli hop again. Take your non-throw hand thumb and land it on this string coming off the yo-yo to the pointer finger, like so. You don't want to land it like this, you just want to practice catching that string first. Okay, after you understand that, you're going to want to do the same thing, but make sure it goes inside your arm rather than forward. And place the yo-yo onto the string coming off your middle finger. After that, you'll be in a sort of hourglass shape. You're going to want to take the yo-yo and put it onto the string that goes onto your thumb and then to your pointer finger. The string furthest in the back, and you're going to want to place it onto there, and you'll be in a pseudo chopsticks mount. From the pseudo chopsticks mount, you're going to want to do a ripcord like this. Place your pointer finger here onto the two strings, flip it twice. Alright, it's going to be like this. Alright. After you get it out of that and you're back in the 1.5, you're going to want to repeat this motion, but this time after you swing out, you're going to want to do this. It's a reverse cold fusion in a sense. As this is cold fusion, you pop it over and then onto that. But what you're doing here is you swing it in this direction, and the string furthest in the back coming off your pointer finger, you're going to want to put your finger onto that and have the yo-yo land like this. And then swing again in the opposite direction coming like this. So in a sense, it'll be like this. It's a very smooth, fluid motion that takes some getting used to, considering it's reversing a trick that you might probably be used to already. After you understand how to get to the double or nothing in that manner I just showed, you're going to want to curl this finger and pull it out of that formation. So pull it out from here, and you should end up in this odd looking triangle formation. You're going to want to pop the yo-yo out of the back just by underpassing that string out, and you should end up like this. In this formation, you're going to want to pop it up from the front and land it in the front string, like so. This front string. This is going to be the formation for that boingy that I do in the middle of the trick. So what I do is I take this string, spread it open like a chopsticks, place the yo-yo through it like a chopsticks, and then I flip it. I do a couple of boingies, and then I do a barrel roll going backwards, and then do a couple of boingies. Drop this into a trapeze, and then roll inwards. After you finish the boingy, you're gonna end up in a trapeze, and then do the flip, I guess, and do a mock whip. Okay, not like that, like this. From the mock whip, pop it up and put your thumb onto this, your non-throw hand thumb onto this string. You will end up in a Houdini mount. After the Houdini mount, you're going to want to put your thumb into the in along with the index finger. Pull it out. Pop the yo-yo over your throw hand pointer. Place back onto the string you popped out from. Underpass. And the string that's coming off of the yo-yo, you're going to want to place your finger against that and underpass it again. With that underpass, you're able to reject it out like so. After that, you're going to want to place this string onto the yo-yo from this side. You'll end up in this awkward looking mount. Pull your arm around it and you will end up in a green triangle. So pop out of the green triangle and you're in a trapeze with your thumb. Now for the slack. The slack is a bit more tricky than you would expect it to be, considering you have to make it flip to the opposite side. I'll just show you what I mean. Basically, from the trapeze with your thumb, flip it over, reverse trapeze, pinch here. You're going to want to take this slack, flip it over, catch onto your pointer finger, and flip on, and it should be inverted, going like pointing towards you. You're going to pinch that, drop this pointer finger, pull it this way, and this is what I mean by the opposite side. This string doesn't end up here, it goes around and hits the side of the yo-yo that's facing your throw hand. And you'll want to drop and you are set to bind, but that's not the end of the trick. Basically, from here, you're going to want to flip it off and then just go directly into a spirit bomb mount or a wrist mount. Alright, from the wrist mount, you're going to want to underpass it, double on, flip it off. Then, this part is rather tricky. Put your hand against both of these strings, flip it, boinging, double on, and then undo this motion like so, double on, go off, underpass, and then when you flip out, of the wrist mount, you're going to want to make sure to drape off of that string. The entire thing would be underpass, double on, flip off, press flip, boingy, that, flip back, alright, well, from the wrist mount, you're going to want to underpass, double on, flip off, press hands against these two strings, roll it, bounce it, and then this part is a bit tricky. You're going to want to place your finger here, curl it, but you're going to want to swing inward as you curl, and then turn this hand at the same time. So what I mean is, flip inward as you turn your hand around, like that. Then you're going to be able to have momentum from that move to go back into the double on. You just flip it off, and then you put your fingers here, pull the yo-yo out, and you should be able to grasp it like this. You would take this string from above, pull it down, and put it around the yo-yo like so. I would flip it out and pull it through this hole. And from this, I would go into a jade whip. So, from here. From the jade whip, I would pop it forward to reject it. And you see how my string went around like so? Like this? You're going to want to be able to get that swinging momentum from here. And then when you pop, that was cut short. Ran out of battery. Sorry for being cut off a second ago. But this next part is... So